Good morning, children. This is English video session for class 6. The book which we are doing now is Honeysuckle, chapter number 3. Title Starrow's Reward. This is English video session for class 6. The book which we are doing now is Honeysuckle, chapter number 3, and the title is Starrow's Reward. A young woodcutter named Taro lived with his mother and father on a lonely hillside. Yesterday we saw how all day he chopped is cut into pieces. What? Chopping what? Wood pieces in the forest. So, what is his job? What is his main source of income? Is chopping the wood and selling it in the market, and with that money he led the life. But what happened? What about the money which he earned? It's very little. He earned very little. Yes. So what happened when the father wanted, the old man wanted to, was shivering out of cold, and he wished to have a cup of sake, that is a drink which would make his heart warm and body warm. He felt it's expensive and it's not possible for him if did that fewer money. So he thought that he would do more hard work and possibly he could buy his old man, uh, the delicious drink. Okay. Now the next day he gets up early. He gets up, took his eggs and starts cutting the wood. He worked and the sun started rising up, so naturally the temperature will increase. He removed his jacket because he was sweating. His face was full of sweat, and he just thought that his father is little warm as him. He was tired, he was thirsty, but he heard the sound of the stream, water flowing. He knows at this part of the jungle, nothing forest, there is no water source like stream or a waterfall. But he was sure that it is only the stream. So what did he do? Taro could not remember even seeing or hearing a rushing stream in that part of the forest. He was very sure that there is nothing. He was thirsty. The eggs dropped out of his hand and he ran to the direction of the sound. So he moved to the direction of the sound. Taro saw a beautiful little waterfall hidden behind the rocks. So what did he saw? Taro saw a beautiful little waterfall hidden behind a rock. Kneeling at a place where the water flowed quietly, he cupped a little in his hands and put it in his lips. Was it water or was it sake? Taro saw the beautiful waterfall hidden behind a rock. Kneeling at a place where the water flowed quietly, he cupped a little in his hand and put it in his lips. Was it water or was it sake? Sake. Was it water or was it sake? He tasted it again and again, and it was always the delicious sake instead of the cold water. Okay, so what was it? Sake. Taro quickly filled the pitcher he had with him and hurried home. So, okay, he filled it and then he is going home. Cupped a little means he used his hands and he was drinking. Delicious, tasty, very tasty sake. See the picture where Taro is taking the sake and he has a picture in his side. Yes, it has a lid also. You can see like a water bottle, no? So what is it called? Pitcher. Pitcher. See that picture? A pot usually made of mud. Tharu quickly filled the pitcher he had with him and hurried home. The old man was delighted with the sake. After one swallow of the liquid, he stopped shivering and did little dance in the middle of the floor. So out of happiness, he even danced. Just one swallow itself, what happened? His body became warm. That afternoon, a neighbor stopped by for a visit. Taro's father politely offered her a cup of the sake. The lady drank it greedily and thanked the old man. Then Taro told her the story of the magic waterfall. Thanking them for the delicious drink, she left in a hurry. By nightfall, she had spread the story throughout the village. That afternoon, a neighbor stopped by for a visit. Taro's father politely offered her a cup of sake. So it's usual culture that when somebody visits our house, we give them the drink. So that they had the sake. So they offered her a cup of sake. What did she do? She greedily means what? So much like it will be so much she just drank it so greedily as if desiring more and more. Okay. And thanked the old man for what? For offering her a drink of sake. Then Taro told her the story of the magic waterfall. Okay. Where did you get the drink? He should have asked. Then Taro said, it was all there in the magic waterfall which is there in the forest. Then Taro told the story of the magic waterfall. Thanking them for the delicious drink, she left in a hurry. What did she do? She left that she has got some work. By nightfall, what happened? Before it could be dark, she had spread the story throughout the whole village of what? The magic waterfall and how Taro has brought a pitcher of water, pitcher of sake. That evening, there was a long procession of visitors to the woodcutter's house. Okay, everybody came to have a sip of sake. In less than an hour, the pitcher was empty. So everybody came, they gave a sip, and by the time they finished it, it was all over. Then Tharu heard the story of the magic waterfall. Then that evening there was a long procession of visitors to the woodcutter's house. Each man heard the story of the waterfall and took a sip of sake. In less than an hour, the pitcher was empty. Pitcher was empty means what? The sake was over. Okay. Now, is it the end of the story? Let's see what happened the following day. Next morning, Taro started for work earlier than the morning before. He carried with him the largest pitcher he owned, so little bigger thing, so that he can bring it to the home and give it to his parents. For he intended first to all to go first. For he intended first of all to go to the water field. So he wanted to go to the water field. When he reached there, he found to his great surprise all his neighbors there. So what happened? Everybody has come to that place. Next morning, Taro started for work even earlier than the morning before. He carried with him the largest pitcher he owned, for he intended first of all to go to the waterfall. When he reached it, he found to his great surprise all his neighbors there. So all the people were there available. They were carrying pitchers, jars, buckets, anything they could find to hold the magic sake. So they have all come to take the water from there. Then one villager knelt down and held his mouth under the waterfall to drink. He drank again, and then he shouted angrily, "Water and nothing but water." So everybody has come to take the magic waterfall, which is giving what? Sake. And they have brought all the things from their house to carry it. So when the villager knelt down and held his mouth to drink, what did they find? He drank again and again and shouted angrily, "Water and nothing else." Others also tried, but there was no sake, only cold water. What was available? Cold water. Okay. So, how are they? Very angry. Please see the picture. People being break jars and buckets and jugs and yes. We have been tricked, deceived, fooled. Who fooled? Shouted villagers. Where is Taro? Let us drown him in this waterfall. So, what shall we do? We'll put him inside this waterfall. But Taro had been wise enough to slip behind the rock when he saw how things were going. He was nowhere to be found, so he escaped. He understood the anger of the villagers and he ran away. He ran away and escaped from that place. We have been tricked, shouted the villagers. Where is Taro? Let us drown him in this waterfall. But Taro had been wise enough to slip behind a rock where he saw how things were when he saw how things were going. He was nowhere to be found. Next, muttering their anger and disappointment, the villagers left the place one by one. Taro came out from his hiding place. Was it true? He wondered. Was the sake a dream? Once more he caught the little liquid in his hand and put it in his lips. It was the same fine sake. To the thoughtful son, the magic waterfall gave the delicious sake. To everyone else, it gave only cold water. So muttering their anger, they are not clearly, it's not heard clearly, they are frustrated, they are disappointed, they are angry. The villagers left one by one. Nothing is coming. Cold water, what is the need? Taro came out of his hiding place. Was it true? He wondered. Was the sake a dream? Sake a dream? So these people didn't get. Once more, he caught a little liquid in his hand and put it in his lip. It was the same fine sake. So, to the thoughtful son, the magic waterfall gave the delicious sake, and to everyone else, it gave only cold water. Okay, understood the story? So, others, they were all given only cold water by the waterfall, but when sake touches it, it becomes what? When the magic fall turned to be sake, because he's a thoughtful son. Clear, children? Yes, please read and come for the tomorrow's class. We can continue with the same thing tomorrow also. With this, I close. Thank you.